So for me, it's just the fact that their life is so short. So I mean, like we even have them trained, you know, they do most of their business in these litter boxes, so it's minimal cleaning that needs to happen, given the fact that they're in the cage 99% of their time. Life is so short, you know. The Dumbo is 1.5 years, and the vet just said today, well, you know, it's like life expectancy is about 2 years, and so it's like, well, wait a second, she's the baby of this one. Are you still?
You can't look angry while I do this too. Red. Red. Look at that. See that yellow thing on our door handle there? Because we're getting evicted. It's a sad truth. You see, we're getting evicted. Ow!
That's nice.
We're not.
We're very loud neighbors.
We're not.
Sometimes we just
I
yell.
was just kidding.
Oh.
It's a joke for the TV. For the TV.
For the television. No. There's so many leaves out. Yesterday I was having a particularly awful day, and I got home and I buried myself in the leaves, and it's just like cured. It was really good.
About a month ago now. About a month ago today, probably, or about 2 days ago, 25th of September, we got this little guy from the shelter in Hamilton, and he is very sweet. We found him at the pet fair here in Missoula. Yeah.
So your first dog?
No, first here in Missoula. But this is our like first dog together, I guess you could say, but we've had plenty of dogs. Like I still have dogs back home north, like on the Blackfeet Reservation, Browning. And then we have like 4 dogs there. And, yeah, but this guy is our dog here in Missoula.
Yeah.
Sweet, keeps us company. I'd say that we just needed them because we get lonely a lot. And they're just good house pets to have because they're so loyal to you. They stay with you when you're lonely, or if you need to go outside, they give you the motivation to go outside and give them a walk. They're good companions. And like this guy is really good because he's just so sweet.
This is Gillian. Right after she woke up. And if you look at her actually, if you look at her head, let me put her on one hand. If you look at her head, right here, there's a few breaks in the color. And this is actually a really good time to look at her too because she just shed probably yesterday actually, so her colors are really vibrant. And you can see that the dots are actually starting to like move apart a little bit and turn into smaller dots. And I have a whole bunch of like rocks and moss in here. The moss is a little bit out of natural habitat, but that's usually fine because she likes sitting on it, so I don't think she really cares too much. Oops. It's nice. It's really fun taking care of her, and it was a very interesting process of watching her grow. because she started out, she was probably half the size as she is right now. So she was probably from head to like legs maybe with the tail. You can see she doesn't really want to, she wants to be back home, I bet. But we need to clean right now, so it's for her own good. So when I first got her, I was kind of dealing with some depression and anxiety, and I really wanted to take care of an animal because it really felt good. Just takes care of something, I guess, because it's easy to take care of something compared to your own mental health, I suppose. So it was kind of a good first step to take care of something else and at the same time take care of yourself, I guess. So that was a really big step for me, and I really wanted to get like a bigger animal, like a cat or something like that, or a bird would be like my ideal pet, honestly. But I settled for leopard geckos because I just kept looking at them online and kept watching videos and looking at photos, and I just eventually fell in love with the idea of having a leopard gecko. I'll put it back. Oh. Be patient, Gillian. There we go. And she's back in there.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Mima?
She?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
She's eating.
Good. Come here for a second here.
We bred Apchi right here in this cage, and it's where Dumbo's lived ever since.
Where'd you get those names?
So Apchi in Hebrew means sneeze, and Apchi is known for sneezing. And
It doesn't
Dumbo,
mean sneeze, it's like a sound.
yeah. And Dumbo just looks like Dumbo. Dumbo.
Under that log, because we have cats over there that probably would try and dig it up.
And then there's a little rock that I put. That's Avocado. She was one of our first rats, and she
Yeah.
was
Came with Apchi.
yeah. And she was super sweet. She kind of stood her ground a bit more.
She was feisty.
Yeah, if we tried to take her out of the little hanging house, then she would maybe give us a little bite, but nothing too serious. And
I think I still have a scar somewhere from her.
oh, come on.
I don't think there's a formula, you know. conscientiously going through the 5 stages of grieving and all of that. But I think there can be a process of coming to terms that takes a long time, and what I've found often, since there have been so many now, what I've found is what's important is to forgive yourself, because it's always easy after the person has gone, the being is gone. I become aware of things I could have done differently. I could have been more this or less that. And so I think accepting that that will always be the case and forgiving oneself is important. Gotta go over here. You come over to my gallery. Much light in here. The sunlight was just streaming in here an hour ago. There she is. Miss Peggy. I think the second day of having her, I was taking her for a walk, and the thought occurred to me, I can't let her go. And so we had a very happy life together until she died of old age. So, I know some people, after they lose someone in one way or another, maybe they're abandoned, or the person dies, or the dog dies, they say, I'll never again be involved. And of course, they're assuming that they are going to protect themselves that way from feeling pain. And, life is always full of pain, so you can choose, you maybe can choose your pain, but one kind of pain is avoiding loving, and loving is the most wonderful thing to experience.